This is a public service.
All right, let's go on the record in the matter of the People State of Michigan versus Catherine Henry, file 203-569-SM. Let's have appearances.
Stephen Lanty on behalf of the people.
Thank you, Your Honor. For Catherine Henry, appearing on Kroger.
All right, very good. This is your motion, Ms. Henry, go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor, I submitted this motion. Obviously, as we all know, the case itself has been dismissed, but I submit this motion regarding the records for the 9 court proceedings that were had in this case prior to today. There were 5 that were held only by Zoom. There were 3 that were held in person, but no public was admitted into the courtroom. And then the final one that we had on July 7th. The reason why...
Wait a minute, though, that's an incorrect statement. The public was allowed into every hearing. We live streamed everything. But go ahead.
Public wasn't physically allowed in the courtroom.
That's correct.
So, the reason why I bring this motion is twofold. One is that I've devoted my entire practice to educating the public on the law and the Constitution. I explain cases, court orders, case opinions, party pleadings, legal arguments, general government and legal procedures. I do this through a multifaceted website. I do a live stream show every week. I created a Constitution app and a few other things. And it's imperative for me to be able to use the real life examples in showing people how these procedures and things work. So it's been my goal to educate people on government, the law, the Constitution, and make them more accessible and understandable to the public. And that's especially so because the Michigan Supreme Court reminded us in 1983 that as attorneys, we have a duty to protect and inform the public. So, in addition to that, though, I'd like to point out that as far as publicity, it serves as that natural check against any potential unjust prosecution or abuse of judicial power, and prior restraint on, in this case, Your Honor, as we talked about on July 7th, the prosecution illegally, unconstitutionally arrested and prosecuted me. And I have the right then to pursue all legal remedies for any of the harm caused in that situation. That includes being able to consult with trusted individuals and various professionals. And the gag order or the prior restraint order that's at issue today unnecessarily hinders the aforementioned educational efforts that I do, but also my pursuit of my legal remedies. So, but in addition to that, I wanted to point out that the First Amendment guarantees the freedom of speech and freedom of the press, protect access, public access to all court proceedings, and that any kind of gag order, as the higher courts call them, is a prior restraint against publication, and therefore it's subject to the strictest scrutiny. And any kind of prior restraint on publication is considered the least tolerable infringement of our First Amendment protected rights, and so it carries with it a heavy presumption of unconstitutionality. So publication is needed to assist in our guarantees of openness and integrity of the process, but also the U.S. Supreme Court has told us, at least since 1947, that what transpires in a courtroom is public property. And a court cannot suppress, edit, or censor any of the events before it. But also, in Michigan, since at least 1846, we've had MCL 600.1420 that mandates that all sittings of every court in the state have to be open to the public, unless one of three very rare exceptions exist, and I think we can all agree there's no national security issues, it's not a CSC case involving any minors, and there's no witnesses that need to be sequestered. So all I'm asking for today, Your Honor, is just for an order that clarifies that I do have the right to share with the public any and all transcripts or videos of the hearing, and I would also ask that whatever hearing comes out of this, that I'm able to receive that by email, because for some reason the last couple times mailings from the court started coming by U.S. mail again, and they were coming very delayed. I'm not sure what the reason for that is, but
we don't know the reason for that. Is the post office has been essentially dismantled, so it's really hindering the utilization and the efficiencies of the post office. But we are happy to provide any orders to you with email. But go ahead.
And that's actually all I wanted to ask. Just that whatever order comes out.
Very good, Mr. Lansing. Anything?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
All right, the order of the court providing for the DVD of court proceedings is quite clear and will remain in effect. The transcripts and proceedings of this court are prepared and preserved for specific court purposes, and the integrity of those materials is essential to the proper functioning of the court and for the proper review by appellate courts. It is manifestly not in the public interest for all these materials to be edited, copied, or published in any other manner. These court proceedings are not made for the reality TV or social media world, and in so ruling, I affirm the order currently standing. So that order will remain in effect, and your order for, well, I think that is your order of clarification. So you can leave the court. And are we ready for?
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.